This next story time is a cautionary tale that has many different lessons within it. So we're going to jump right into it. This was a comment under my Don't Become a Hospice Care Wife post. Denver Love 01 says, 7 years ago, I started dating a man in his late 20s. It was supposed to be a fling. He slept at my house all the time. He also spent 45 minutes to an hour in the bathroom at a time. I would tell him not to come to my house tired. I thought he was doing drugs in my bathroom to the point I made him take a few drug tests. Yesterday, when I was talking about don't become a hospice care wife, I was talking about men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. But this woman was talking about this man was in his 20s. So, ladies, we really need to be aware just across the board because many of these people are not particularly healthy. Okay, back to the story. She says, a few months in, I found out I was pregnant. He thought it was funny and admitted he sabotaged my birth control. Why? I was pulling away from him. I was tired of him being at my house. He would come after dinner and eat food out of the pans I cooked for dinner. I refused to feed him. Then the worst happened. He was terminally ill. I found out when my daughter was around 4 to 6 weeks old. He refused to get staged. He knew he was dying. He passed away when my daughter was about 18 months old. He knew from the beginning that I did not want a relationship. He knew I was getting tired of him. He did what any piece of would do, force me into a no-win situation. I used to be anti-smortion. Now I think all women should tell the men they will abort no matter their beliefs. My honesty got me effed up in the game. I did take care of him until I realized I did not know this man. I did not love this man. I didn't even like this man. He died shortly after me, making him leave my house. He refused to leave for hours. Men are not honest. They are self centered and they are entitled as F. Don't be like me. Pay attention to the signs. Do not tell them you are caring, giving, loving, and selfless. They will use all those traits against you. They do not care how they will affect your life, if you will be able to move on with your life, or how it will forever change the person you are. I was stupid. Please don't be like me. So, all of the things that she said to not do, don't tell them that you're caring, giving, loving, and selfish, or selfless, are literally all of the things that we are indoctrinated and socialized to be. The Princess Brat says, oh my God, terminally ill and only in his late 20s, and he had no one else to go to. Hearing how you describe him is not a surprise. I'm sorry to you and your daughter for his selfishness. What a bizarre way to spend his last year. She says, I used to watch Deborah Cooper, and she always said to tell them you'll abort. I'm quick to say that thing is getting yeeted. If I don't want to be stuck with you, I won't. Even the ones who know they don't want who don't want or like kids will use your child as a way to make your life miserable until the kid reaches 18. Then Denver Love responded saying, if I'm honest, he chose my house because it was clean. I could cook and I took care of everyone in the house. He did eventually go to his mother's house. He had no help getting to and from appointments, no one to bathe him. She was also not an easy person to live with. She is selfish as well. She got plastic surgery when she took a leave of absence when finding out he was sick. They are also chaotic. My entire family rallied behind me, and he thought that was even more of a reason that I should be there for him. I had the resources. Part of the reason he passed, his family. They did not help him at all. There was a point his mother made him sleep in a chair with an ottoman to save her couch. She finally put him up in the bedroom that she used as her gym 2 weeks before he died. I felt bad, but he wasn't my responsibility. I knew him less than 3 years from the date that we met to the day he died. It messed me up in a way I cannot describe. I do not date. I haven't had sex. I also stopped supporting men in any way. I realized that women were the reason I made it through, with the exception of my father. I swear I even had one of my male friends tell me he loved me and how I was a great woman while he was in the hospital dying. My ex friend even wanted a relationship and asked after his death, but before the funeral. I had another male friend say, "Well, we knew he was on his way out, so why are you even tripping?" After that, I cut every tie to men, even my own brother, a man I raised and supported, a man I was a second mother to his kids. They literally see me as a mom. Asked if I needed him during the funeral because he was busy. I had never been so disgusted by men. I have never been ashamed to be the cool girl. Thank you for your condolences. I wish I had heard of women telling men they will abort. It might have saved me stress and a lifetime of being affected by a literal stranger. I want to go back to this part right here where it says my entire family rallied behind me and he thought that was even more of a reason I should be there for him. So this is like a woman having an inheritance and this man, this homosexual coming around and looking like this sure is a nice place, or you sure do have a lot of money. You should let me get some of that. They really come in like some colonizers. They really feel entitled to your stuff. So women have got to be aware of these miniature colonizers. They really think that your time, energy, and resources should go to them because you have an abundance and they need some of it. The Princess Bride responded to Denver Love saying, "I'm so sorry, and that sounds tragic. His family failed him, and he never changed before his passing. I've definitely heard of people gravitating towards women who are giving. They can be so ungrateful. I don't know how people reach those levels of entitlement. I don't know how they become these miniature colonizers, but we've got to like push away and let these parasites have no host. Do not give them a host. That is how they get fat, 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 and get this. Their entitlement just grows." She continues with, "When I lost my friend, none of the men or boys around me checked in on me, not even my dad. When an ex situationship found out, all he cared about was trying to slyly manipulate spicy photos and text out of me. I've given up on men outside of casual relationships, and it wouldn't matter if you only knew him for a day. Someone passing from terminal illness is upsetting. They should have been there for you. I hope you've surrounded yourself by better people now. And I hope you've gotten help processing that whole experience. I hope your daughter is well too." Women are starting to see that our support, the real protectors and providers, because protectors protect not just your physical body, but your mental stability as well. Women are starting to see that our true support system is typically women. It's typically other women. So you need to lean into these relationships, foster those relationships, support and be supported by these women, and keep it in balance. Recognize, and when I say balance, I mean you pour into people that pour into you. All right, let me know what you think about this cautionary tale. I realized that it had a lot and I had to do this, and she gave me permission to use this story time. So jump in, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.